Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be an everyday makeup routine. This was requested by a friend of mine who had recently had a baby, so you don't have a lot of time on your hands to sit down and do a full glam, full face of makeup when you have an infant at home. So this look is to, help you get yourself put together, look like you've got, a little bit of something going on so that you're not looking like a hot mess. I personally don't wear makeup on a daily basis, but there are times when I want to look a little put together, but I don't want to spend, 30-40 minutes, because when you have small children, a lot of times you don't have that extra free time to just sit down and put your face on. So this look is to, give you an idea of something to do quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's perfect for a student, someone who's in school, or maybe the workplace where you're not really supposed to wear a whole lot of makeup, just to keep things on the simpler side. So if you want to see how I create an everyday kind of quick, fast, and in a hurry makeup routine, then just stay tuned. Naturally, I don't have a full set of brows. Brows can take a good 15-20 minutes to do if you want to get that full on fleek brow. I hate that, but anyway, that's what's going around. So I already filled them in just a little bit, but now would be the time where I would just go in with a pencil, just because it's a lot faster than having to dip my brush into some powder and all that jazz. So I didn't completely fill them in, but for the most part they're filled in, which hopefully your brows are pretty full. Missy, I don't know what your brows are looking like naturally, but so this would be the time where I would just take a pencil and just lightly, fill in the sparse areas and, just make them look a little neater and fuller and that sort of thing. So that's what I'm going to do now. A good thing would be to take a brow mascara or a brow gel, something to that effect. You can even use a clear brow gel. Milani has a really good clear brow gel that's super affordable. It's like $4 at the drugstore. This here is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper. It's fiberized and it's tinted, similar to like the Benefit Gimme Brow. So if you have full brow, it'd be good to take something like this. I did do first impression on Hard Candy makes one. Let's see who else. Maybelline makes one. And I think I did a first impression on this as well. So I will link those videos in the down bar if you'd like to check them out. But I'm just going to go ahead and run this through my eyebrows to kind of tame them in place. And I need to wax because it will pick up the little tiny baby hairs underneath. So what I do is I just brush them up and then I brush them over. So if I were to be doing a full glam on look, this would be the time where I would take a concealer and a flat eyeliner brush and just really carve out my eyebrows to just clean up the edges. But this is a day-to-day, quick, fast, in a rush type of look, so we're going to completely skip that step. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my concealer, and here I have the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Corrector Concealer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, because especially if you have a baby, you're losing sleep, so you're probably tired and have dark circles under your eyes. So I'm not going to take a whole lot, but I'm going to dab this where I would need it the most, which is mainly on the inner part of my eye, but I'm going to go ahead and take it all the way under, and then I'm going to use a concealer brush to just blend everything out. And here is just a no-name double-ended foundation and concealer brush, so I'm just going to use the actual foundation side, and I'm just going to work this into the under eye area. And you can use your finger, to really be quick with things. Just use your finger. The warmth from your skin will help melt the product, and really push it into your eye area. I have 4 kids, so I know all too well what it's like to lose sleep and looking really dark up underneath the eye area. So we're going to fake it till we make it. So yeah. So as you can see, it really just brightened up underneath the eye area without being too heavy, because day to day you don't want to be full on, you know, glam. Alright, unless that's what you want. If that's what you want, by all means, do you. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm not going to wear foundation on a daily basis. So what I'm going to do is use this NARS Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturizer with the broad spectrum of SPF 30. So this is a good alternative to using a full-on foundation. I'm just going to squeeze some of this on the back of my hand, and that's what it looks like. So it is a tinted moisturizer, and I'm going to take it and dab it onto my skin like so, mainly focusing it on the inner part of my face where I would need the most coverage. And I don't know what's going on. It seems like the older I get, the more my skin is like combination. I used to just have oily skin and that was it, but now I'm having like a lot of dry patches and that sort of thing. So if you do want to use a foundation or a BB cream, I would totally suggest moisturizing first so that it won't stick to your dry areas. Alright, so what I'm going to do is go in with my stippling brush. This one is by e.l.f. MAC has one as well. And I'm just going to start pushing this product into my skin like this. And I also exfoliated my mouth because now that it is fall, I'm feeling a dark lip coming on today. So you always want to make sure that you exfoliate before you put on a dark lip. Otherwise, all of those dry patches and lines and cracks in your mouth will show up heavily. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the eyes. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild, super affordable from the drugstore, eyeshadow primer, and I'm going to pop a little bit of this onto my lids, and this will just help everything stay in place and make your eyeshadows last a lot longer. And in all honesty, you don't even have to wear eyeshadow on a day-to-day basis, but I'm going to do a little something something. Using my finger, I'm just pressing the eyeshadow primer onto my lid and then dragging whatever's left over onto the inner corner and underneath my lower lash line. I'm going to use my MAC Painterly Paint Pot. Again, this is a step you could totally skip if you have the extra 30 seconds. Go ahead and use something. I'm just using this to really use this as a base for my shadows. You can even just use a cream shadow on your eyes, but I have a lot of freckles and discoloration on my eyelids, so I'm just going to use that to cancel all that out. So I'm just taking a tiny bit on my finger. You can use a brush, but because this is a quick makeup tutorial, we're just going to use our fingers. I'm going to go ahead and powder my face. I'm using the Rimmel Stay Matte with a kabuki brush, and I'm just going to just lightly set that tinted moisturizer so that I'm pretty matte because I get kind of oily. Put a tiny bit on my eyelids since we did use primer and a base. Okay. So now that I have that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Naked palette as my transition color because I have hooded eyes. I really need that transition color in my crease. So I'm just going to take the shade Naked right here. It's a matte light brown color, and I'm just going to work this all over my crease area. And this is just going to be a really quick makeup tutorial. Nothing fancy. And this is the Balm Give Crease a Chance brush. I use it all the time in my tutorials. Okay, so now that that's on there, I'm going to take the Matte Malloy from my The Balm Meet Matte Nude, and I'm going to use the other side of this brush. It's like a big paddle style eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to put this right up underneath the brow, mainly under the arch. I know it looks pretty bright right at the moment, but we'll blend it out in a sec. So just popping that there. Okay, now I'm going to go back with the crease brush and just blend that edge out so it's not so harsh. Now going in with my Sephora crease brush, I'm just going to further blend that shadow out. Now taking a more precise crease brush, I'm going to use the one by Face Secrets. It's kind of like a pencil style crease brush, and I'm going to go in with Matte Garcia. It's this dark brown matte shade right here at the top in the middle, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that, make sure you tap off the excess, and I'm going to put this into my actual crease. So just slowly putting this in my crease, and you don't have to do this. You could totally skip this. I just do it because I have hooded eyes. It really helps to define my eye shape and my eyes. So just putting this into the crease like so, just very lightly drawing it on, and then we'll go out and blend it out in a second. Alright, so going in with the Give Crease a Chance crease brush, I'm just going to blend out that dark shadow. Going back in with Matte Malloy, the white shade, I'm going to take my paddle brush again, and now I'm going to apply this all over my eyelid just to brighten up my eyes. So just tapping it on like so. So I'm just going to take my crease brush and just blend out the harsh line. Now I'm going to go in with a small detail brush. This is the Revlon double-ended whatever. It's just a small shader brush, and I'm going to take the color Virgin in my Naked palette. It's a shimmer peachy champagne color, and I'm going to pop this onto the inner corner of my eyes to help brighten that up. Just like that. With an angled brush, angled liner brush, I'm going to take that Matte Garcia, really any brown shadow that you have. I'm not using any eyeliner, and I'm going to use this to put right on the lower lash line. And I'm only going about halfway in. Just like that. Real easy. Use a really small brush to blend that out just slightly. So curling my lashes. Now I'm going to take a mascara. Any mascara will do. I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Miss Manga Rock. I like this because it's very thickening and lengthening. So I'm going to take this and run it through my eyelashes. Go in with this angled high definition, it could be a blush brush or a bronzing brush. I'm going to use it for bronzer, and I'm taking my Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof Bronzer in Prince, what's it called? The shade is Get it together, girl. Park Avenue Princess. Goodness. So I'm going to take a little bit of this on my brush, tap off the excess, and I'm not going to contour. I'm just going to run it onto the area where I would contour, and just like that, just to define. And you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it for the sake of, if you have extra time, this is how quick you could do it, just to give some color to the face. But you could totally skip this as well. I'm just going to run a little bit underneath. Put a little bit on the temple area and across the forehead. I'm not even going to highlight or anything like that. Whatever's left over, I'm going to run on the side of my nose. And this is just going to help, like I said, give some color back to the face so that you're not looking so flat. And then I'm going to take my Model Co. blush in the shade Cosmopolitan and my Real Techniques blush brush, and I'm just going to lightly pop this onto the apples of my cheek. It's very pigmented, so make sure, you know, whatever blush you're using, sorry I have an itchy nose, just tap off the excess, or you can dab it on the back of your hand so that you're not having to clean up the face since we don't have a lot of time. And I'm just going to start on the apples of my cheek and then blend it with my Kabuki face brush, if I can find it. And I'm just going to blend everything out. Moving on to lips, for the sake of it being quick, I think I'm just going to stick with this pencil. Anything that's in pencil form is going to be your best bet because it's really fast. You don't have to use a brush. You don't have to, you know, dip and all that good stuff. So just taking this, and it's very moisturizing. What I'm going to do is take a makeup setting spray. This is the Victoria's Secret Make It Last Prime and Set Makeup Spray. And, you know, when, like I said, when you're a new mom or you're at work or at school, you don't have time to be touching up throughout the day. That's why it's important to use stuff that is waterproof, long wearing, that sort of thing, so that everything is kind of locked in place. That's why primers are important, because we don't have time as mommies, or, you know, if you're at work or whatever, to be touching up, you know, every time it comes off. So just going to spray that on, however much is up to you, and that is going to be that. So that wraps up this tutorial. Honestly, guys, if I wasn't talking to you and demonstrating and explaining products and all that good stuff, this makeup tutorial would literally, this makeup look, I should say, would literally take 10 minutes, if that. Put it on really quick and be done. This is even something that you could do while holding a small baby in your hands, or, you know, if you have a bouncer, put the baby in the bouncer, rock it with your foot, and make this to your face really, really quick, very fast, easy peasy, and you're good to go. So I hope you all enjoyed the tutorial. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful in any kind of way. Please thumbs up the video if you did. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you use as your quick, easy, on the go products. I would love to see, so I could maybe check those out myself. And thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye-bye.